Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series Big Finale, live from virtual Michigan International Speedway, brought to you by Grid Vision. Hey, it's me, Jolo Castro, Jolo to you, up in the booth with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Darbyshire. He's over in the truck, pushing the buttons, pulling the levers, making it happen, and flying in the Google Earth camera down to Michigan, where International Speedway, where we'll be bringing you 100 laps of the best that iRacing has to offer. Sheldon, are you ready to wrap this one up?
Absolutely, and what better track could they pick than the progressively banked 2-mile Michigan Speedway, one of the fastest tracks on the circuit, with a lot of different passing opportunities, a lot of different lanes for these guys to use, but also a lot of different ways to really end the race for yourself too, because a lot of the times you come here, it kind of ends up being pack racing. Wondering if the same is going to hold true here with the new tire package that we have here for the next-gen car.
That new tire package could lead to some interesting situations, but like you said, there's options here. One thing we're going to hear is we're going to be hearing a lot about who's going to win it all, because this is it. This is the battle. This battle for 5 became a battle for 6 there. You might see the addition of Justin Lewis. He was the regular season champion, and he managed to get his way into the battle for 6, the battle for the belt now. So these are the 6 drivers who are going to be battling it out for the overall win tonight.
You got a star-studded cast of drivers here, too. Justin Lewis getting tagged in since he was the regular season champion. Missed a week, fell out, but pulled back in because of the championship. Caldwell up at the top of the board right now, been putting together some really consistent runs this season. But I got my eyes on that 27 machine, though. I'm looking at Dalton this week because I feel like he's going to show us something special here tonight at Michigan.
All right. Well, we've got a couple of different names that could come up here. Why don't we talk about the keys to the race, though? Getting around Michigan, you mentioned a few things already. Why don't you give us a few more tips here?
Yes, absolutely. Not worry. You do have a lot of options, different things you can do. It's still a track position race. The dirty air is so crucial here with the next-gen cars. You want to get to the front and stay to the front. How are you going to do that, you ask? Well, it's going to be the second key here. It's going to be strategy. You're going to want to be on top of it, whether it's a 2-tire pit stop, whether it's staying out late, trying to stretch the fuel cell as long as you possibly can. It all comes down to just pretty much everything that you bring out here today. And then finally, let her rip. Last race of the season. Don't really have to worry too much about anything come next week. Go out there, try to get the win, try to get the checkered flag, and bring it home. And Michigan, one of those tracks that is just so much fun to be right on the edge of out of control every second of every lap.
Oh, man, you're not kidding either. It is going to be a little bit wild here. Now, let's see who we have to win it all, who we picked to win it all. I think you already mentioned a name. I'm going to throw my name out there first, though. You know, I always go with my gut. Cale Peterson is a little behind in the points from the front. He's about 8 down, I think, overall, but not far enough for me to say that he couldn't walk away with this with the crown, or the belt, I guess.
Pearson, definitely a strong pick, but I still got to go with that 27 machine. A little bit higher up in the points and a little more consistent than a majority of the drivers here this season. I feel like that 27 machine tonight, it's going to be lights out for Michigan.
And down on the truck, the 88 of Chris Cornett is going to be the pick for Austin Darbyshire. So 20, 27, and 88, that's your pick 3 this week, folks. That's your last pick 3 for the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. And we're going to take it down to the track to give you the grid shortly here and give you the full list of names for who's going to be going around and tearing it up here around Michigan for 100 laps. Love to have you along. Also, folks, if you're joining us here in the chat, go ahead and show us your pick for tonight's race. But let's go ahead and give you the grid. First things first. Maxwell Caldwell in the pole position with Justin Lewis on the outside. In the second row, Jacob Prince with Jacob Salza, the 2 Jacobs in the second row. Third row, Michael Matta with Chris Cornett in 6th place. 7th place, Austin Call with Ryan Long in 8th. 9th, Drew Kuhn with Trevor Dalton in 10th.
Starting off the grid here in 11th place, going to be the 22 machine of Ronnie Hurst with Cale Peterson to the outside in 12th. 13th going to be Andrew Pileshi with Dominic Batts in 14th. Starting P15, the ever so exciting Corrales Steele with Joshua Yarborough to the outside in 16th. Starting P17 on the board here is going to be the 18 machine of Aaron Sellers with Jacob Ainsworth to his outside. sorry, 17th and 18th. 19th going to be Eric Johnson. Then rounding out the 21 car field tonight, it's going to be Jonathan Casabear and Mike Boone.
Wonderful. 21 cars up, 21 cars down. Let's see how it goes. Got everybody lined up now. The drivers are getting their last little pep talk here. Some great views. This is the 18 right now of Michael Mata. Oh, excuse me, the 18 that we're passing by here. That's Austin Call in the Aflac car. And it's a cloudy day here. It's only about 12:42 p.m. sim time here in Michigan. So it's a little bit of an overcast day. The sun should be out and shining, but we're going to have a nice cool track, I think, as we go around.
See, the 21 machine brought back the serial this week.
Oh yeah, he is the serial killer, so it is only appropriate that the serial livery is back out on the car. Glad to see, yeah, that's we're back to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch livery this week. That Sonico sign is getting ready to see some action. Whoop. Oh, the Sonico sign, yeah, that's right. They'll be gone next season. What kind of fuel will be using next season? Who's 76 is going to be putting the fuel in the cars. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I thought Unical was dead.
Well, it looks like they're not. If they're the ones who will be putting gas in the car next season, we're going to see that nice 76 ball back on the field. And here the cars are getting lined up. That's the 88 right there on the outside. Up here in the front. And with the lights off, obviously, we're going to be getting things going here, folks. Make sure your drinks are topped off. Make sure you're on the edge of your seat, because that's where you belong right now as we go into 3 and 4, getting things started here for the final race of the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. Leading things off out in front, it's Maxwell Caldwell and Chris Cornett getting ready to show the guys behind them exactly what the skinny pedal does and how we do it here on the Cup Series for one more trip around. There goes the pace car. He's out of the way because he knows the guys behind him are excited. The guys behind him are fired up. And very soon, we're going to get things going. Hey, there's the zone. We are go, go, go here on Grid Vision.
And great launch there for the inside lane. Caldwell starting to pull a bit of an advantage to the outside machine of Chris Cornett. Tucks up in front coming into turn 1 and 2. Cornett swings way high through the first couple quarters while the 94 machine stays low. The 9 of Prince slides up a little bit, loses the nose in the dirty air of the 94 of Caldwell. It's going to be dead heat down the back straightaway as the 88 of Cornett trying to find the advantage to pull in front of the 9 machine.
Yeah, a lot of action there. The 16 also of Michael Mata just trying to find a place for himself, working that out with Austin Call. The two of them still stuck behind Jacob Prince. Prince kind of riding in the middle there, not really doing the top line, not doing the bottom line, but that's not going to be too bad for, it looks like Michael Mata now, who's working his way up on the outside.
And into turn 1, the 88 machine of Cornett trying to show that he's able to get this championship done early, gets down door to door, close between him and his championship competitor, though. The 94 machine of Caldwell not giving it up on the outside.
This is it. This is the kind of championship fight we expected to see, and it's happening early, and it's happening here. Right now, side by side.
The way the points laid out, how close everything is, it's going to come down to every point you make, every position you have at the checkered flag, as well as every lap you lead. Is that most laps led bonus and the lap led bonus, you know those are going to play into the factor here between these guys. Down to the bottom, though, Cornett trying to get the advantage on the 94 machine of Caldwell. Caldwell stays tight on the door. Almost contact out turn 2. They do make contact. A hip check from the 88 to the 94 machine down the backstretch.
Sorry about that. A quick little apology across the radio. It looks like they're trying to keep it clean. It is definitely a tight and sportsmanship drip forward race right now. I got to say, they're close and they had a little bit of door knocking, but it wasn't anything to like push someone out of the way. I think it was just one of those genuine moments where the two cars just happen to meet. They are still, almost still side by side right now. Chris Cornett's going to slide it up in behind Maxwell Caldwell and tuck that 88 in behind the 94.
Well, where the contact is coming from, too, that 94 machine is doing everything that he can to try and hold the momentum of that 88 of Cornette at bay. That requires him getting on the door, pinching him as low as he can, making it impossible for Cornette to get around the corner. But with that, it takes all the air off the right side of the 88 machine down there in the bottom lane, and it makes that car slide up the hill even more than it would if he wasn't up there. You see it right there, a little bit of a wiggle. The 88 tucks all the way down to the apron, almost to the grass here on the front straightaway to try and find just a little bit to pull away, but the momentum swings back in the favor of Caldwell here into one.
Austin calls back there in the 18, just trying to see what sort of pressure he can put on. And there's a little bit of pressure from him on the outside now of the 88. If he can get just a nose up there, it looks like he's going to, yes, he's going to be able to get that car on the inside, and he passes the 88 of Chris Cornette.
Now what Cornette needs to do is he just needs to settle in, let these tires cool down a little bit. He put a lot of heat into them those first couple laps, working the inside line, trying to get past the 94 machine. You just got to let it simmer a little bit.
Just a little bit here. The 16 of Mata. Here we are on the nose of that car here, watching the top three as we go around. Mata bites the apron just a little bit. Back up the field. He's behind the 88. Up in front, Cornette Cornette's trying to hold off there. Austin Call, though, down to the inside now, pushing, trying to get a lead. He could be our new leader for this lap. Let's see what happens here. Austin Call side by side with 94.
Gets tight on the bottom, though, loses momentum. The 94 machine of Caldwell swings down and pulls the air off the right side of that machine. There's a huge side draft to him, and it all but parks the 18 of Call as he falls back in line right in front of Cornette. Now Cornette takes a peek to the bottom into 1 and 2.
Cornette says maybe there's room there for me. Not quite. Call
and here
still
comes
up on
Call
the
around the
outside.
top.
Yes, sir.
Huge run down the back straightaway. They touch doors in the center of the stretch. Down to 3 and 4, though. Call with the advantage up top. Is he going to be able to pinch the 94 machine of Caldwell? No, he's not. Caldwell going to sit it deep into 3 and 4 and pull a slide job.
Yes, he is. Oh,
and a huge block. He shuts the door. Caldwell does not want to give up this lead.
As well,
down to the bottom
at this point.
Down to the bottom into 1 and 2. Here comes the 18 machine of Call. They're close. Do they touch? Call gets loose coming out of 2.
Call's got it. He's back up there behind the 94 now. They're going single file, but there is a lot of competition up here at the front. Here comes the 88 down on the inside, just trying to All right, folks, we are back here, and we've had a little bit of a situation change here. What was once a car list of 5 cars here, Maxwell Caldwell, Austin Call, Chris Cornett, Trevor Dalton, that list of 4 included Michael Matta, but he went and pit just a little bit ago, actually. Got in a little bit early on the pitting strategy, pit lap 16. So Michael Matta now dropping down to 19th place from where we were. Maxwell Caldwell still leading things around here as we go around lap 22 now here in Michigan.
All over the back bumper of Caldwell right now is the 18 machine of Austin Call, looking to the outside here through 1 and 2, trying to get the advantage to pull him past the 94 machine. Currently, since the race has dropped green 22 laps ago, that 94 has been out in front of the field and large and in charge, holding off every run he can to try and maintain this lead. It's a huge shot into turn 3 from the 18 machine of Call, but stays strong, brings it down to the bottom. Austin Call trying to work the outside lane. Chris Cornett still hanging on to 3rd place, and somebody that's really moved up through the pack, though, that 27 machine of Trevor Dalton started this thing off in 10th place, way back from these leaders, now sitting in 4th, all over the back bumper, the 88 machine of Chris Cornett. Chris Cornett only a couple tenths of a second behind the battle for the lead, with Austin Call and Caldwell still going at it through 1 and 2.
Call and Caldwell are the battle here to watch. Austin Call up 5 from where he started. Not one of the names that was in the championship hat, but he is racing like he is tonight. Really good runs out of Austin Call. Tremendous challenge here facing Maxwell Caldwell in the form of Austin Call. And I don't think there will be anything aside from a pit stop that's going to change that.
Right now, it is your top 4 cars under a blanket, 7 tenths of a second at the most, all the way back to Trevor Dalton from your race leader. Trevor Dalton closing in on this 3-car train in front of him pretty quick. Behind him, though, it's wide open spaces because Ronnie Hurst sitting there 5.5 seconds back from 4th place, and everybody from there is pretty well staggered. You got, a 3-car breakaway. Cale Pearson right now going toe-to-toe with Josh Yarborough. This is the battle for 7th place, but these leaders have separated themselves from the field. Looks kind of reminiscent to 2018 Talladega when all the SHR cars hooked up and ran away, given there's not really much of a draft train going on right now. It's just the way the dirty air is playing, and you got some guys who are doing a great job saving tires, some guys probably not as well.
Yeah, that's right, man. Speaking of the battles that are occurring a little further back, looks like Yarborough is going to fall back past Corolla Steele also. And Joshua Yarborough settles in 10th right now. Corolla Steele in 9th with Cale Peterson just ahead in 8th. But it's not going to be enough for Corolla Steele. Steele now down to the inside of Peterson, trying to see if he can make the pass here to move up a little bit. Let's see if he can do it.
Steele down to the inside of Pearson. Peterson with the high line momentum, though, carrying him down the front straightaway, tucking a little bit of draft off the cars in front of him as well. It's not as impactful as it was in seasons past years. You see the 77 machine of Yarborough tag the fence, but, a little bit's better than nothing. McCraw Steele takes a slider through 1 and 2 and takes away the spot from Peterson here down the back straightaway.
And looking back up a little bit towards the front of what's going on, we've still got Austin Call challenging Maxwell Caldwell. He will not relent, and it looks like Chris Cornett now is trying to tighten things up also with the 2 up there at the front to see if he can throw his hat into the ring.
And the outside here through 1 and 2, Call with a huge surge of momentum, gets up to the back bumper, but stalls out, takes a peek to the bottom, but the dirty air coming into play. Call not able to even really have the momentum to get there and make the pass, and he just comes over the radio, though. The 18 machine about to come down pit road for 4 tires and fuel. As you see Cornett lipping around the outside line to get past him, and Caldwell going to come down as well. Both these drivers trying the undercut.
Very good, and that's Caldwell setting the pace for Call, as the 2 of them are race leaders, former race leaders at this point, are now heading down pit road to get refreshed.
Right now, Austin Call is just praying that something happens to that 94 machine on pit road, because he has been so aggressive with the blocks and made it just about impossible, well, completely impossible for anybody to get by him for any length of time.
Yeah, very ugly, as we got some calls from a few other drivers now that they are going to be pitting the 21, the 25, the 77,
the 88
28.
coming down as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cornett. sneaks in with a stealth pit stop. Doesn't say anything on the radio, just tucks it in. Let's go ahead and lead over to Trevor Dalton for the time being as we look way back. 8 seconds in third. That's Paleshi.
Yeah, it's about as far back as we have a gap right now. And Trevor Dalton is one of the guys who is in the battle for the belt. His name is up there. Oof, Ronnie Hurst, one of our routine fan favorites, overdrove his pit stall a little bit there. He's going to have to back that one up. Hopefully he won't get in too much trouble.
Look through the box. I mean, you got to be really careful with that here with the Speedway brake package. It's so easy to do. Brakes just want to grab a little too much. You lock up the front tires, and next thing you know, you've gone through. It's why I always play around with the master cylinders in the garage settings. Even in the fixed series, they let you do that.
Well, all right, it's a good piece of advice. Garage settings, which is available to fixed series drivers.
Yeah, it's up there with steering and brake bias. You can play around with it a little bit, which is honestly I feel it's kind of OP when it comes to the A fixed, but hey, I'm not complaining about it. I like options.
Variety being the spice of life as it is. Let's take a look and see now that pit stops are just about done, or at least most people have cycled through now. At this point, we've got Maxwell Caldwell and Michael Matta back up here at the front. Matta was one of the early pit stop adoptees, who now is very close to leading this race. He is putting the absolute hot sauce on the back of Maxwell Caldwell here. Ooh, almost getting up into him.
Yep, gets up to the bumper, packs a little bit of air to the rear spoiler of Caldwell, but it doesn't break the 94 machine loose. Matta right now, he's in a troubling spot. You know, he's gone so long on this set of tires. These guys that just came out, if they put on 4 fresh, he's going to lose a whole lot of time real quick.
That's right. Speaking of losing time.
You see the 18 machine a call close, a little bit of contact out of turn 4, and a huge block for the 16 machine of Matta.
Ooh, he came down with intent. He said, this car is going here. And that is exactly what happened. Thankfully, door closed, but without getting the nose of Austin Call into it. Matta is not done, though. He is still pressing forward with momentum, with intent, and it looks like he's going to get, down the inside of Maxwell Caldwell. Let's see what happens going into 3 and 4. Can he do it? Way down to the inside. He's got it by a nose. Way down to the inside there.
Matta gets a huge run. It's going to pull him up side by side here with the 94 machine at 1 and 2. Runs close to Caldwell. Caldwell stays up the hill here. Gets the momentum up top, though. That 94 machine is just so deadly up here in the clean air.
Truly it is. Really just chopping through it. As he comes down to the inside, the 94, Maxwell Caldwell once again leading this race from the pole position where he started it.
You look off the back deck lid of the 94 machine. You see Call get a huge surge of momentum again down the front straightaway up to the back bumper. Now trying to go to the outside here through 1 and 2. It's going to hang that 94 machine up on the bottom. It's going to stall the momentum out a little bit. Here comes Matta to the top line down the back straightaway with a huge surge of steam. And he's going to take the spot coming into 3, but the 94 going to side draft him and try and pull him back. And Matta not able to get low enough, and a huge slide job from the 94, but a crossover. Here comes the 16 to the bottom on the front stretch.
Here comes the crossover. Yes, look at that maneuver. Big down to the apron. Ooh, up in front. Maxwell Caldwell might not have been ready for that.
Well, he wasn't lifting regardless. And all over the back bumper to 1 and 2, but the lead's going to go to the 16 of Matta if he could just hang on to it here until the momentum comes back.
That's going to be a tall, tall order as Matta now slides back during this back stretch here. And Maxwell Caldwell down to the inside. There it is.
Caldwell trying for the slider again. He's not going to be able to clear himself, though. Just barely, not quite. And a little bit of contact at a turn 4, and they're going to be side-by-side drag race to the start-finish line.
My money is that Mata was there by about a half an inch at the start-finish line there, potentially for that lap lead.
Looked like we were about to go 4 wide there for a second. And now trying to cross over again, down to the bottom here on the back straightaway. Here comes Mata. It's been the only car here so far today that's been able to do anything with the 94 machine of Caldwell into turn 3. Here comes Michael Mata looking to the bottom.
Just been when he misses. Ooh. Mata back to the inside of Caldwell. Or back to the rear of Caldwell, excuse me. He's going to fall back just a little bit behind him. Austin Call and Chris Cornett, who were wishing they had the amount of speed that Mata could find, are falling in behind there. They've split up too as well. It's Call up to the outside.
I think these guys have realized that those two in front are going to race the absolute hell out of each other. Just let them go burn those tires off and get them back once they start sliding around. But Caldwell,
yes,
building up that advantage we saw earlier. Getting a little bit of a gap this time, too. Pulling away almost 0.3 of a second over second place.
Let them fight. That's what we say in this situation. Definitely a worthwhile battle. Mata, though, looping it every time. I just love how he loops it back and brings the fight. He goes back for just a second, and then he finds the momentum, and he surges back forward.
Yeah, one thing that Mattis is doing a great job of is he's getting the most out of his corners. He's backing it up, pedaling it, and then just prioritizing that corner exit, which at a track with such long straightaways like Michigan, that is absolutely everything. Right now, looks like it's business as usual up at the front as the 94 machine of Caldwell holds on to the lead. 6-car train up at the front of the pack.
6-car train. What was a 3-car train is now bumped up a few thanks to the pit stop strategies of a few other cars there. Caldwell leading things. Michael Mata in second. That's where the fight's at right now, folks, because aside from these top 5 cars, from Trevor Dalton back to Jacob Prince, is a 6-second gap. As you can see that here on the field, you can see there's a big gap forming between the guys in the front and the guys in the back, but we have a few other battles that are occurring. If we look back here at Joshua Yarborough down on the inside there, one more time around for that beautiful Itasha anime car. Up on the outside of Yarborough, I believe that's Rylan Long in the 24 machine.
Yep, Long to the outside, and Yarborough was trying to go for the 2-for-1 special there, push the 24 machine out in front of Cale Peterson, a great bump draft down the back straightaway, and looked like he was going to set himself up to try and pull a slider on the 24 machine of Rylan Long, but it didn't work out. The outside lane prevailed. Long now tucked up in the draft for the 22 machine of Ronnie Hurst, trying to work himself up into the top 10.
Let's see if he can do it. Festooned with the Racing League livery there, Ronnie Hurst is. Still sitting in 10th place, right behind Andrew Pileshi. The two of them lined up very, very nicely. There is a gap, though, between the two of them and Jacob Zala. About a 2-second gap, which isn't terrible, but they're going to have to work hard. The pack of 3, Prince, Thiel, and Zala, are a little bit spread out here in the middle of the group, but I think that together, if they can get the rest of this pack together, there might be some competition to be had yet. It's lap 41 right now here in the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series finale from Michigan International Speedway.
Michael Mata takes the lead back from the 94 machine of Caldwell you saw there. And whoa, up the hill, Chris Cornett gets pushed by the 18 machine of Call. Here he comes trying to take over the 3rd spot through 1 and 2. He's going to grab it. But throwing a bumper at Chris Cornett, that's not something that I'd necessarily want to try, especially this early in the race. Only 42 laps in as we see Caldwell dive back down to the bottom at a 3 and 4. And it is 4 cars up here battling for it. Call going to get tight on the inside of Cornett. Caldwell going to take the lead back, and now Cornett working the outside line to try and get past the 16 of Mata. And all over the back bumper, the 94 machine of Caldwell coming into turn 1.
Can Cornett do it? Ooh, big slide down to the inside. Can he do it? Here he is. The 94 is going to say no way.
He'll stall out. Caldwell gets a huge run around the outside line, pulls a little bit of side draft, and holds the 88 machine off down the backstretch. But lap 43 looking exactly like lap 1 all over again.
Yeah. Yes, it is, with Chris Cornett back here. Maxwell Caldwell fighting him off. And Michael Matta still in the competition.
Caldwell only has to hold on to this lead for a handful more laps to get the most laps led bonus points as well.
That's true. We've got about half the race is almost here. We've almost hit the halfway mark, and if he can hold on to this lead for just a couple more laps, there's really no way to beat that.
Realistically, I think he's led about 39 laps or so he's got a bit longer to go than just 6 laps, but 94 machine is trying to get every last point. He knows how important each one matters, and he's going to be, well, he's pretty much proven that he's going to be impossible to get by. You're going to have to play dirty if you're going to try and get by this 94 machine.
Let's just see how dirty Chris Cornett is willing to play, because right now Austin Call's too far behind to do anything. It looks like we lost Michael Matta to the pit row again. He's the first guy down there, so Michael Matta's going to fall back now. So at the front, it's going to be Cornett and Caldwell, and is Cornett going to be the one who decides to throw some pocket sand in this situation?
Cornett peeking to the bottom here through 3 and 4, but not going to have the momentum to pull himself up to the door. The 94 machine as Caldwell gets a great drive down the front straightaway. Also, one thing I want to note too, regular season champion, the 7 machine of Justin Lewis, not having a good run of things here tonight, just mired back in 17th position and not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, it's not a competitive position to be sitting in right now, unfortunately, as the race goes on. We've got 100 laps. You'd think with over half the race left to go, it's just about anybody's race. But when you're sitting back that far, it just feels like you've decided it.
He needs a yellow or 2 to get himself some track position. Is what that 7 machine of Lewis needs right now.
Yeah.
That is premium no man's land scenario. Stuck 30 seconds back from the pack as we look at Ronnie Hurst down to the inside now. 22 versus the double 7 of Josh Yarborough through 1 and 2.
Yarborough high on the outside, close to the wall, very, very close indeed. As he makes the pass there, behind him, Rylan Long is going to tuck himself in, follow him past Hurst. Hurst is back in 11th, Long takes 10th, and Yarborough slides up to 9th. Not bad. And now the battle at the front once again. Caldwell just cooling off a little bit as we start to get into some lap car territory. Very soon here, it's going to be Caldwell catching up to the likes of Jonathan Casabear and Michael Matta.
Caldwell's just run a masterclass on defensive driving here today for these guys. Across the line now, lap 49 falling in his favor as we look at the 20, as we were looking at the 20 machine of Cale Peterson on pit road, getting his 4 tires of Sunoco fuel. Caldwell now starting to slip away from that 88 machine of Cornett. You can tell by Cornett running that outside line right now, he's pretty much out of options, just trying to hang in here and not lose sight of the 94 machine, but he's got the 18 machine of Call all over his back bumper down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Call is going to keep things competitive.
Maybe not all over his back bumper.
That's okay. He is going to keep things competitive, though. I can tell. Austin Call is going to keep things competitive for Chris Cornett. He's going to keep him fighting for it. He's keeping Trevor Dalton out of the top 3, which is a bit tough for Dalton. Dalton, though, now motioning down to the inside, but I don't know if he's got the speed or the momentum to make it past Call right now, or if he's even going to try. Let's see if he's saving a little bit. Maybe it'll be a situation where as the race moves on towards the last quarter here, you'll see Trevor Dalton start to make his move.
Down to the bottom, here comes Call trying to make a peek to the inside of the 88 machine to take over second spot. It doesn't look that Aflac Duck has wings as he brings it down pit road. No, yeah, he's bringing it down this time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Austin Call, the Aflac Duck down pit road. Trevor Dalton will slide up onto that podium and take the 3rd place spot. So now it's Maxwell Caldwell Chris Cornett and Trevor Dalton in the top 3, and those 3 cars are leading the pack right now by about 7 seconds ahead of Jacob Prince.
See, that worked out for Austin that time, though. Remember, he tried to go for the undercut last cycle of pit stops, and everybody just ducked down with him. This time, doesn't say anything on the radio, just dives the 18 machine down, catches everybody off guard. He might have an opportunity to take this lead over if that works out how he's hoping it does.
Well, fingers crossed for him. We'll see how it plays out. As we've got eyes on the middle of the pack as they cross the line here yet again. We're looking at lap 52 out of 100, folks. 52. 48 to go.
Caldwell building a massive lead now over the second place car of Cornett. 0.8 of a second separating him here. 94 is on rails.
Absolutely flying. Crazy times for the 94 here. Like you said, on rails, that's putting it lightly.
The 27 machine of Dalton trying to get himself closer to the back bumper. The 88 of Cornett trying to take over the second spot. Remember, these first 3 cars all battling for the belt here tonight. One of these drivers is going to bring it home, but you're going to want to be first if you even want to have a chance.
That's right. Got to soak up those points as best you possibly can. And as we cross the halfway point here, folks, before we get too far, I want to do one more shout out for this season to one of our season's main sponsors, the J&M Group Industrial Services. Folks, they are Michigan's premier CNC machine tool service provider. They offer routine maintenance, preventative maintenance, geometry, calibration, machine relocation, and more. With over 80 years of hands-on experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and quick turnaround times, J&M Group Industrial Services is the best in the biz. www.jmgrp.net for J&M Group Industrial Services. They are the ones bringing you tonight's race.
So I do believe as we come here to complete lap 54 into lap 55, I'm pretty sure that is will officially make it the most laps led now for the 94 machine of Caldwell.
Oh, all right. That's a good set of points.
And he just came on the radio and said that he will be coming down pit road this time. So, yeah, I do believe he just clinched the most laps led for this race. I'm pretty sure they give away the extra points for that. Not sure how they do it, but if it's close to what real-life NASCAR is, you got some bonus there in that 94 machine.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Oh, and Cornett sent it deep into pit road, up to the back bumper. It's going to be interesting to see if that was speeding or not for the 88 machine.
It was close. Yeah, I believe it's 1 point is the bonus that you get for leading the most laps in this league.
I think it's five bonus points for a lap led, then 1 additional for most, if I remember correct.
Sounds right.
Which, as tight as the standings were here today, you combine that with a win for the 94 machine, and I do believe that'll give him the belt.
That would just about do it.
At the front of the pack now, the 27 machine of Dalton. Cycles out to your race leader for the time being, but you still got to break that Camry down pit road for 4 tires and fuel.
That's right. It's going to cost him. Being out there, pit lap 29, he needs to come down eventually.
Does not look like a penalty for Cornett, by the way, as he comes out just a couple car lengths behind the 94 machine of Caldwell. So everything good in the Cornett camp for now.
Phew. Yeah, he was coming in hot, but he was, by the time that he got to the line, he was matching speed pretty well. So, at least from my perspective, I don't know, maybe you had a bit of a different look at it.
I do believe we have one more set of pit stops here before we finish this thing off tonight, too.
I think you're right. Here we are, lap 58.
So something happened to Corolla Steele. Heard him radio in that during the pit stops. has put the car behind the wall here for the night, so the 0-1 machine done for the season.
Well, thank you for your driving, Corolla Steel. And now we've got you, unfortunately, off for the rest of the race. It was nice having you out for the night, though, as the rest of the drivers going around are going to keep on competing. And let's see.
On the 27 machine, and Trevor Dalton brings it down late here for 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, that's going to be costly. We'll see what happens as here comes the front pack right now, I believe, to make this pass on Dalton. There they go. Current race lead is going to go to Michael Matta, who between him and Austin Call, these are two guys that have been putting the screws to the race leaders for so long during this race, and now seeing them both out in front with the former race leader, Maxwell Caldwell, right behind. What a switch up.
And wall contact for the 94 machine of Caldwell. Slammed the fence a bit coming out of turn 2.
Oof,
Not sure if he did any damage on the right of the car or not. The 60 machine of Matta gets past the 74 to put him a lap down. The 74, though, dices, goes to the outside, now peaks to the bottom, trying to get past the race leader. And Matta wants to hold him at bay. You do not want dirty air on the nose of that Mustang.
Not at all. Not at all.
Here comes Call peeking to the inside.
I love how it looks like the livery on Matta's car is just giving the side eye to Caldwell as he gets ready to make that pass. Right now, though, it's the Affleck car, Austin Call, who's made the pass here.
Not quite. Doesn't get the momentum. The outside line carries the 60 machine of Matta down the front straightaway with the lead again into 1 and 2. But Call closer this time. He could probably pull a slide job here through the first 2 corners to get the lead. Down to the inside, trying to slide up, not able to clear those. Side draft to the right rear quarter panel from the 60 machine of Matta. Matta's going to hold the point here down the back straightaway. And these 2 races go give that 94 machine of Caldwell an opportunity. Do you see him close up quick to the leaders? And no contact into 3 from the 18.
Woo! Contact, but thankfully not enough. We want to see clean racing, and so far for 61 laps, we have, folks. We have seen some pretty solid racing out of these guys, the J&M Group Cup Series drivers here, doing a great job. Grid vision. We did have the one grid vision caution, right?
Oh yeah, it was actually a red flag. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Apparently, our producer's ISP is not as fast as Xfinity 5G.
Well, when you're tying USB drives to pigeons and sending them with the packets of data, that's not. Sometimes you're going to lose some. Whoop, up into the wall. Heavy hit from Casabear. Not looking good for him tonight either. He's up 6 from where he started, but he's still sitting around 14th now, 26 seconds down from our leaders.
You know, I bet you if our producer didn't use the metric system, he wouldn't have issues with internet.
Oh, yes. That's the real reason. That's the real problem here. Matta passing Aaron Sellers to put him a lap back. Sellers coming down in, looking, trying to slide in without losing too many positions here. Let's see what he can do as Matta yet again is leading the race.
Yeah, Matta holding on strong here. He's got a lap car in between him and second place. Lap machine going to go high here through 1 and 2, though. Let the leaders by. Austin Call trying to close the advantage to your race lead. And Caldwell just wanting to get back up to the point. Throws a block there down the back straightaway. Now here comes the 88 machine of Chris Cornett taking a peek to the inside of 3. And he's going to take it. A huge loss of momentum for the 18 machine of Call. That's going to check up the 94 as well. And now up to second is Cornett. A 2-for-1 special for the 88 machine as he tries to close in on your race leader, Michael Matta.
Ooh, Michael Matta. Just glad to be ahead of that. Just glad to be ahead of it as our camera needs a little adjusting there. Here we go. 65 out of 100. Matta and Cornett leading things here. Cornett wants that spot back. We're excuse me, Caldwell wants his old spot back, but he's got to work his way through Cornette and Matta to get it. Ooh, very close, almost contact between Matta and Cornette. Cornette weaving left, right, looking for a spot around the Michael. Can he do it? Maybe a little bit of contact there.
Down to the bottom here through 1 and 2. Cornette with a huge head of steam. Going to get a massive launch down the back straightaway. Matta tags the fence hard. Coming out of turn 2, and that's going to give the lead to Cornette. Now, here comes Caldwell to the back of the 16 machine. What's he going to do into 3?
He's going to dive it down
to the
super
bottom right.
low.
Right on the paint here. The 94 going to slide up in front with a slider out of turn 3. And now it's Caldwell versus Cornette, but the opposite order that we're used to seeing here today. What's Cornette going to do when he's got the defense?
It's a darn good question as Matta goes back up the track. Behind him, Caldwell is cool. He is cool as a cucumber. Caldwell staying steady on the wheel behind Chris Cornette. The 16 machine of Matta behind them a little bit further back, so it really is right now the front 2. Locked in tight combat.
And this is the longest of that 94 machine. Caldwell has been in dirty air since we dropped the green flag too, so it's going to be interesting to see the balance shift on the front tires for the 94 machine, what that's going to do here now that he's stuck behind the 88 machine who has total clean air. Lap car, the next lap car is about a corner ahead of these guys.
Yep, that's right. And behind them, Austin Call briefly contacted with Michael Matta. Matta getting up into the bumper of Call, just loosening up the car a little bit. Call keeping it on the track, though, as he steals 3rd place from Matta. Up ahead.
Cross-stripe that time. Take lap 69. The 88 of Cornette. 0.2 of a second separated over Caldwell down through 1 and 2.
Here we go. The back stretch. Cornette. Down to the line he goes. Caldwell right behind him. These two just following each other like bread and butter.
Across the stripe to finish off a nice lap. The 88 machine Cornette holds the lead just a 1/10 of a second, though. Here comes Caldwell fighting back into 1. And all the way up against the fence, up into the gray. That 18 machine of Call has found something up top to really propel him down these straightaways. A huge launch out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Here comes Call. Here you're watching a race leader, Cornette, starting to tag a little bit of dirty air off the back of the 8 machine of Johnson, who he's getting ready to put a lap down. That's going to shift things more into the favor of the 94 Caldwell here because he's not getting total clean air to the nose of that Camaro.
Not quite. And it kind of needs it in order to keep up the pace that it's going. But Call, speaking of which, Call high to the outside. He's been trying that high to the outside wave every time here that we've come into one of these turns, and it's not pulled off the pass yet that he's looking for, but we'll see if we can get it done in later laps. Once again, high to the outside goes Call. Down to the inside goes Caldwell. As we once again cross the line into 72.
What I'm liking that I'm seeing out of the 18 machine of Call is he's doing everything he can to keep clean air to the nose of that car. You never see him running directly behind the machine in front of him. He's going way high, entry of the corner. Once that car in front of him starts to cross up, he tucks it a little bit lower, keeping clean air on the splitter, and trying to keep that car from getting that dreaded aero push. And it's really saving those tires a little bit too for the 18 machine because he's not having to fight temperature buildup in that right front running behind somebody.
That's right. Track position is everything, and that's not just forward and backward. That's left and right too. Sometimes we don't think about it in terms of, non-drafting situations, but even in situations like this, that dirty air is such a consideration. And these guys have got to consider where they are on the track physically, left or right, inside, outside, compared to the car in front of them, or they risk losing any strategy that they've got.
So the 16 machine, Michael Matta, dives down pit road again here for the final pit stop of the evening. Just shy of 20 laps to go. The 16 taking the gamble, going for the undercut again.
Eric Johnson getting cycled through here. Chris Cornett just made the pass. He's side by side with Caldwell. And it looks like there goes the lap car. Yep.
A little bit further in the back, the 24 machine of Rylan Long takes away a spot from the 22, Ronnie Hurst. Hurst gets a huge run down the front straightaway, up to the back bumpers. We look at the 9 machine come down pit road. Into turns 1 and 2, all the way up against the fence for Ronnie Hurst. Running higher than anybody really has been all day. And look at how big of a run he builds coming up off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. It didn't quite work for him that time because Rylan Long got a great set of corners there through 1 and 2, and he left that 22 machine in the dust.
Yes, he did. Solidly into the dust. And there we are, back up at the front. The cars are still dicing it up here at the front, folks. It's looking really good right now. Lap 75. We only got a quarter of this race left to go.
A couple more cars dive down pit road there. That time, the 25 machine, Jacob Zala, comes down as well. In front of the pack, though, Cornett with the advantage still. Michael Matta just left pit road, lap down to your race leaders. Going to drive by, get his lap back as they pass the regular season champion, the 7 machine of Justin Lewis here on the front straightaway, to put him a lap down.
All righty. Now, Justin Lewis, when he goes a lap down here, if he goes a lap down, he's fighting for it. He's fighting Chris Cornett to avoid going that lap down. He's still just a little bit ahead here. If he goes a lap down, that'll be 7 cars left on the lead lap.
The 94 machine of Caldwell, as well as the 18 of Call, dive down pit road there to get 4 tires of fuel. Cornett staying out, though. I feel like this might be a mistake. He's giving these guys an opportunity to run the undercut.
Yeah, it's true. He did bobble in 3 and 4 a little bit there. He had a good lap going, but then that bobble in 3 or 4 might have thrown off his overall strategy here. Let's see how soon
that thing down here soon, because he does not want to have these guys coming off fresher tires and throw a huge advantage on them. We've seen how important that clean air is here today as they run up over the 88 machine of Cornett. See if he pits this time. Nope, opting to stay out again.
That's right. Oof. This is a dangerous gamble here. Very dangerous gamble. We're on lap 78. We're approaching the 20 lap mark. And he's going to be going up against guys that are going to be ready to dust him with better tires. Down to just 6 racers on the lead lap. Cornett, Dalton, Long, Kuhn, Caldwell, and Call. C's, D's, and 1L.
You say CDs?
Maybe.
We'll save that one for Wednesday night. But yeah, Cornett.
That's right.
Is walking away here for the time being. Still has to come down and take 4 tires and fuel, I'm sure, though.
That's right. That 4 tires and fuel is still calling his name.
Now I can just hear McQueen's pit crew screaming, "You need tires." And he's going to come in this time. You see him tucking under the apron, slowing that 88 machine down, diving it down pit road to get that final stop in for the night. This is the most important one of the season here for Cornett.
This is it. Yep. This is probably the last pit stop of the season. And he is one of the challengers for the belt. If he wants his best shot at it, it's going to come right after this run here. You see an 8.1 second pit stop for Caldwell, assuming, I'm pretty sure that was a 2-tire stop, right sides only, and some fuel, just enough to make it to the end. Same thing for Cornett. Looks like a gas only for him. Interesting strategy. Interesting
And
strategy.
Caldwell.
You just don't want to lose a lap, I guess.
Caldwell's going to go ahead and take the advantage here, though. You see the 88 machine of Cornette just leaving pit road. Is he going to be able to clear him? If he does, he's going to throw a block. No, they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway up to the back bumper here, trying to get back up to speed for Cornette, but he's going to lose a little bit of time into 3 and 4, and is Caldwell with the advantage.
Back to where this race sort of started. We have Maxwell Caldwell out in front of Chris Cornette, but the two of them have got to get through a few other cars that are just ahead who have yet to pit, or at least, actually, no. Yeah, they have all yet to pit. We're talking about Trevor Dalton, Ryan Long, and Drew, the serial killer coon, out there. They've all pit back in the 50s.
Yeah, these guys just running on fumes here, hoping for a caution. A caution right now would change everything, especially if you're Trevor Dalton up there at the front of the pack right now. That gives you an opportunity to be viable to try and win the championship tonight. But you could definitely wish in one hand, because right now the cream of the crop has been these two cars that we're looking at now. The 4th place runner, Caldwell, and Cornette, who's currently running in 5th. Once this cycles out, this is going to be 1-2. And this right here, this is your championship battle.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you mentioned that I think I know which one's going to fill up first. It's hard to tell, though, in this situation. If you're Maxwell Caldwell or Chris Cornette, you know, how much wishing are you doing here? Is Maxwell Caldwell wishing for Cornette to have some kind of self-spin accident, or is Cornette just wishing that Caldwell's tires are going to give up on him?
If you're Cornette at this point, you're in bumper territory. 15 laps to go, just about shot at the championship. You want to get that 94 machine moved out of there as quick and efficiently as possible. And you worry about the repercussions later. You see him work the outside line here through 1 and 2 to try and build a charge to get to the back bumper on the back straightaway. Also, 2nd and 3rd place runners, Ryland Long and Drew Kuhn, come down pit road for their final stop of the night, final stop of the season. Cornette up to the bumper to 3, dives down into the corner. Side by the side through 3 and 4, but the outside line for Caldwell going to pay off here, I think. No, they're going to get close out of turn 4, almost contact, but the 94 machine of Caldwell holds the advantage. Here comes a side draft from Cornette down the front straightaway, and it works. It's going to pull that 94 machine back and give him an opportunity to slide him into 1.
Very close here. Into 1 and 2 we go. The 88 down to the apron. Ooh, bouncing, bubbling a little bit off the line.
Touch. Contact almost up into the fence for the 94 machine of Caldwell. Drew tagged the apron, had the air pulled off the right side by the 94 Caldwell, and it slid him up the track into his door. And Cornette going to go for a slide job here. It's not going to work, though.
Not going to work. Just not quite there. It feels like he choked a little bit.
And it's not so much a choke as that 94 machine running way lower. A lot of these guys have been running the outside and run up against the fence, ripping the boards off. And this 94, when he goes up top, he doesn't really go up top. He just runs that mid lane, makes that car on the inside have to work harder to try and make the pass. But you're not going to be able to make it when you got somebody pinching on your door like that, because it's taking that, you know, valuable air that you need on the right side of the car to make it corner. And then you also need to be able to chase the thing up the track down the straightaways to, you know, keep the momentum up. It's aggressive, but it works. Until that guy on your inside is tired of lifting. And I think we might be getting to that point. 15 laps to go here tonight.
That's right. And with 15 laps to go, we've got everybody very, very spread out. And there's just one more name I want to mention real quick before we bring tonight's race to a big final finale here, and that's Pinnacle Wraps, the official custom car wrap provider for the DV8 Racing League. With over hundreds of eye-popping wraps already under their belt, Pinnacle continues to deliver some of the best custom liveries you're going to find on iRacing. Don't settle for the same old downloads from the web, guys. Drive Pinnacle, because when you drive Pinnacle, you drive distinction. Facebook.com/ePinnacleWraps. That's Facebook.com/ePinnacleWraps.
So look at Caldwell now holding on to the lead. If you'd asked me a few weeks ago who I think the champion of this season, this series is going to be this season, I wouldn't have put the 94 machine up there in my immediate picks. I would have definitely handed it off to either Justin Lewis or, You know, even the 27 machine of Dalton, because there was just so much consistent pace up at the front of the pack. But here in these last couple weeks, that 94 machine has found some things to separate him from the rest of the pack, and it's really paying off here tonight at Michigan. He's led the most laps here today. He's been dominant, the hardest car to pass. And he's just 12 laps shy of sealing the deal and winning, bringing home the checkered flag and potentially the championship with it.
Oh, man, we are getting down to the wire. The single digits of lap counter, single digits will be there very soon. The sky's gotten even cloudier here at Kansas. It's even cooler in the air. And very soon we'll see the end of tonight's race, as it looks like Cornette is just trying to find any way to get around Maxwell Caldwell.
Down on the bottom, this is aggressive. Cornette sends it in deep to 1 and 2, and he's going to come up right up to the door. Pulls the side draft down the back straightaway, and Caldwell has no way to break off it. Pulls another side draft down to turn 3. Here comes the 88, sending it deep into 3-4. Is he going to be able to complete the slide job this time? Up the hill, they're going to get close. They almost make contact down out of turn 4. Up into the fence for Caldwell, and around he goes. Off the nose of the 88 machine of Cornette. Caldwell sideways across the front straightaway, hard into the wall.
He's a sitting duck. That was a 1-2 punch, a little double jab, and it looks like that's going to be the yellow. But we're going to see a shootout between Chris Cornette and Maxwell Caldwell at the end of this race, because Maxwell will be in second. He was there when the yellow came out. So let's see what happens as we get lined up here, folks. I think we're going to take a really short break here.
I think we need. Sorry, Joe, but I think we need to. First, I'm take a quick peek at the replay here, and Cornette just
stick with it.
This him up the track there, grabs the quarter pound, and yanks the 94 machine around. But I want to take a quick peek at the championship standings here, because we're going to have a handful of laps to decide this deal, and this thing's pretty much been flipped on its head. We already know that 5 bonus points gone to the 88 machine for a lap led. We know that Caldwell's got 6 bonus points at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Get another look at the replay, and he just tags the fence a little bit, and Cornette just keeps chasing up the track there, trying to get to the quarter pound, potentially trying to pull another side draft off him. But he pulled a little bit more than a side draft, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was going to say something, too, about the pressure that I was seeing coming from Cornette. There was a lot of pressure that was pushing, that kept pushing Maxwell Caldwell further and further up the track toward the wall on some of those exits. And I just had a feeling something was going to give eventually, and it looks like something did.
Caldwell falls all the way back to 7th place here. So that is a huge loss for him. After dominating all race long here today, and it's looks like this one's going to leave a sour taste in his mouth here tonight. So you got one car staying out, the 9 machine of Jacob Prince. Opts to stay out on old tires here. You see awesome call about pushing the 88 machine of Cornette down pit road here, trying to stay close, because, I mean, you know, even if you're not in the contention to win the championship here tonight, you still want to win the race. You see a couple other cars staying out on track as well, Ryland Long and Drew Kuhn. So your top 3 stay out on old. And Paleschi winning the race off pit road, as well as the 25 machine of Jacob Zala.
Zala with a little wheel spin as we get things ready to kick it off here. The 88 of Cornette zooming off pit road.
This is where it's going to get dicey.
We've been clean most of this race, and we had our first yellow at lap 91, I believe. Went almost 100 laps green. Totally wild. All right.
You know, over aggressive or not, I'd rather see these guys wrecking for reason than to be wrecking for no reason like we've seen a couple times this season.
Yeah. Yes, sir. A wreck for reason is what we want. If we want to wreck it all, which we don't. Let's try to keep it clean, guys. Here, as we got the last 8 laps here, last 7 laps after we cross the line.
I will say one thing, though. If you're Cornette, you're not breathing easy because you're packed up here in traffic. A lot of cars in front of you on old stuff, and just 2 cars back is the guy that you just spun out coming out of turn 4. That is a suboptimal place to be.
Very suboptimal. Everybody's getting racked up here and ready to go.
While we're on the back straightaway, I'd like to ask our wonderful producer if we get one quick look at the championship standings coming into the race so we can get an idea where everything's sitting at the moment, if at all possible. And here we go. And it was Caldwell leading in here tonight with 6 bonus points. That's going to be enough to clinch, though, depending on track position right now, over Dalton, who was just 4 points behind. So it's still just about as close as it was coming in.
Just about. Sort of just translated the championship standings directly down to the track here as we get ready to go green and what will hopefully be the last stint of the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series here, lap 93 out of 100, looking to see how this race is going to end. Jacob Prince and Rylan Long leading things off here on Monday night. Let's see how things go. There goes the pace car. He is off, and any moment now we'll be in the Geico restart zone. And there we go. We are green yet again here on Grid Vision.
Jacob Prince going to get a good launch in the Kelly Blue Book Chevrolet here over the rest of the field. A couple car lengths separating him from the 24 machine of Rylan Hunt. Side by side through 1 and 2. The 81 of Paleshi up the hill. Here comes the 88 machine of Chris Cornette. He's not going to be denied here from Michigan as he sends it 3 wide down the middle on the backstretch.
That 3 wide is super dangerous here. It's going to collapse in upon itself as we go into 3 and 4. Let's see if he can get ahead. Make that door close a little bit. Yes, he does. He moves back up to the top line.
He slides up, though. It's not a good corner. Cornette tags the fence almost coming out turn 4. Here comes Paleshi sending it back down the middle.
Very ugly corner for Cornette. Unfortunately, that is going to be a situation where he falls back a little ways.
And Trevor Dalton, the lead car now from your championship chasers. 27 machine going to try and slide up here in front of Cornette. Now taking a peek to the inside of Rylan Hunt. Fakes out, falls back in line behind the 24 machine. But here comes Cornette back with a charge on the outside.
And that's the challenge for the championship, for the front of the championship right here. It's Dalton and Cornette, the 5th and 6th
Dalton gets
spot.
tight up into the door. Cornette hard into the outside wall.
Cornette, sliding for just a few feet before the wall straightened him back out. He ends up falling back in behind Austin Call.
Question is, where's Caldwell? Caldwell's still 2 cars back from the 88 machine. As he sends it down to the bottom of the 20, but stuck in dirty air. It's going to be difficult for that 94 to crawl out of this. Down the back straightaway, Trevor Dalton to the inside now, the 24 machine of Rylan. Into 3 and 4. Dalton sends it deep, makes contact again with Paleshi. Paleshi goes around, crash, and he saves it somehow, tagging the wall.
Very, very, very close. And that
Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Here comes Jacob Zala side by side with Jacob Prince. And Zala sends it down to the bottom of 1 and 2, and he's going to take away the top spot.
Zala, very good. He was fast off the line here after the yellow was out. And he's showing that he's very fast here on those tires right now. Leading the race, Jacob Prince right behind him. Prince looking for the inside. He was down on the inside earlier. Just very close as the 2 of them were down on the apron as we're getting ready to cross the line into 98. It's the 2 Jacobs out in front with Jonathan Casabert in 3rd, just a little ways behind.
Well, Cornette and Caldwell have found each other again. What's going to happen here coming into turn 1? Cale Pearson covers the inside. Caldwell going to have to stick to that middle lane now, trying to feed his way in between.
Ooh.
Him and the
Heavy
24 machine got a
contact.
couple cars hard into the wall, out of turn 2. Here comes Cornette taking a peek now to the inside of the 18 to call.
Heavy contact down. Now that that's happened, we're safe.
Your Cornette, you're sweating when you look in that mirror because that 94 machine is fast approaching, and you know he's just a little bit pissed off at you from earlier.
Yes, he is, and he's down on the inside there as we have 2 laps to go here. Looking to try to get that white flag on the next time around. We got a 3-wide situation, though, as the serial killer there is getting strung out a little bit. The 94 slides up.
That corner did not work out well for Caldwell. But up at the front of the pack. Coming out turn 4, the 9 machine, Jacob Prince, all over the back bumper of Jacob Zolla. It's been a rough season for Zolla. Came in with such high hopes to win a bunch of races. Felt like he could really get the job done here, the J&M Builders Series. But bad luck after bad, bad break period has struck that 25 machine, and this would definitely be the story for him to finish out the season as he leads them down the back straight with 1 to go.
And everybody is sending it into the last half of this lap. You can see them bouncing off the wall there with Jacob Zolla and Prince out in front. Prince shoots down to the inside. He's going to try it. Maybe a little contact. No, he falls back just too far in 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to put it to the back of Zolla as Jacob Zolla sends it across the line here for the last lap of the last race of the J&M Cup Series.
And across the stripe, Dalton is the first finisher of the championship hopefuls. Again, not 100% sure how the points are going to work out here. Cornette falls back in 5th, but if it's based on points like I believe it is, I'm pretty sure Caldwell is your belt winner here tonight.
What a run, too. He definitely deserves it if he got it. Definitely deserves it. Maxwell Caldwell.
I'll tell you what, there's nobody. And Max Caldwell is confirmed your season championship in that 94 machine. But I don't think he's going to get much happier than the driver of that 25 of Zolla, because he has been wanting this win so bad all year.
What a great place to get it, too, isn't it? What a great place, great time to get it. The last race, the big finale here at Michigan. If I was Jacob Zolla, I'd feel like I just won the championship. Very impressive there. Sliding back and forth across the line, just making his happiness known.
And right behind him, you see the Merkel engine Chevrolet of Max Caldwell burning it down too for his championship drive here tonight. First half of the season felt like it was hit or miss for that 94 car, but these last couple weeks have just been so great for Max Caldwell. And well deserved, because that was the most dominant car here tonight. I mean, if not for the contact there, I don't think Cornette would have been able to do a whole lot to get past him.
And in a little bit here, we'll have words with our race winners, and then we might even get if we can get a chance, we'll get a word in with Maxwell Caldwell. How about that? See if we can get that
we
done.
absolutely have to get one in with the champion of the season. So we
Let's
get
take
a look at the final results and championship standings, actually. But these are incorrect because of the way everything was changed up.
There we go. That's the unofficial results list here from Michigan. Let's break it down. First with the Jacob Zolla, second Jacob Prince. Then we got Jonathan Cassabear, Trevor Dalton, Chris Cornette, Austin Call, Maxwell Caldwell after a great run, Cale Peterson, Justin Lewis, and Drew Kuhn in your top 10.
Oh, and my bad. I'm off in the clouds. And finishing 11th is Ryland Long in the 24 machine, followed by Josh Yarborough in 12th. 13th going to Michael Batta with Ronnie Hurst in 14th. Coming home 15th going to be Andrew Palesci with Aaron Sellers running it out in 16th. 17th going to Eric Johnson with Jacob Ainsworth, Dominic Botts, and Corrales Steele finishing 20th. And then rounding out the 21 car field here tonight. Oh, hang on. Mike Boone. There we go. I was on the wrong screen.
All right.
We're all falling apart here at Grid Vision tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, we're kind of here, we're kind of there, but it's only because we just witnessed what was nearly pitching 1,000 or hitting 1,000. That's what it is, hitting 1,000. Nearly watched the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series hit 1,000 here tonight with a really great race. Ran 91 laps of green with just one yellow flag out there and a couple of great saves. It was about as good as a stock car race can get.
Oh, now Joe, I have a quick question for you, buddy.
Yeah, what's up?
Any chance I can get our race winner and you take champion this evening?
Yeah, you got it.
Sounds good. I know Zala's been wanting me to interview him all year.
You got it, man. Yeah, no problem. How about we flip it around then? You want to talk to our third place finisher and our first place finisher, and I'll talk to the second place in the championship? Sounds good. Sounds
beautiful to me. As we wait for everybody to funnel in here, and we do have our... Hang on. Yeah, we do have our second place finisher here right now, Jacob Prince. I'm going to hand to you, Joe.
You got it. Jacob, hey, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. What a race tonight. It was one that was, you started off in third place tonight and then ended up in second. After all was said and done, ran a lot of green for that race. Tell me, what was your strategy going into tonight? You've been, not being one of the guys racing for the belt kind of puts you in a little bit of a unique spot. So what kind of strategy did you have going into it?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to do the best I could, but also trying to stay out of their way, obviously, and trying to affect anything they had going on. But yeah, man, a long green flag run to start and just saved tires real heavy there at the beginning of the race and fell back a lot. Caution probably saved me. I feel like I was going to probably finish about 4th or 5th, but ran the first 2 stops. I did not take tires, so I ran the first 70 laps on one set, and they still felt good for some reason. The tires wasn't wearing a whole lot, so decided to stay out at the end and try it out. And once I lost the lead, that kind of ruined my chances, but still able to hang on to second, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, you managed to hang on to second. You did lead 5 laps of that race. That yellow was very beneficial to that situation, obviously. I think Jacob Zala was probably the one who was giving you most of the tough time during that race. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I mean, we raced good, but like I said, I think he was on fresh tires there at the end. I'm not exactly sure, but once he got by me, my tires were still good, but in the dirty air, I would lose so much ground going into the corner that it would take the whole straightaway worth of draft to just draw back even to where I was entering the last corner. So once he got by me, that was about all I had left in it. I threw a Hail Mary at it there at the last corner, just trying to show my nose to see if he'd maybe push too hard and get to the wall or something. But yeah, we raced clean. I enjoyed it, and congrats to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, is there anybody you want to shout out to or thank for your performance today?
I just thank the guys that put on the league every week, and I know it's not the easiest thing to do, so I appreciate them putting on the race, and it's a lot of fun to have a green flag run like that. Don't get that often.
All right. Well, folks, that was Jacob Prince, your second place finisher from tonight's race there. Jacob, thanks for all your efforts this season, and I hope to call some more races with you in the very near future here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, and appreciate y'all broadcasting. Y'all do a good job. I always enjoy going back and watching them, so.
Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and pass things off to my man, Sheldon, and we are going to keep hopscotching our way up through the list here. Sheldon, take it away with our third place finisher, Jonathan Castleberry.
I'm sitting here with P3 this evening, and probably one of my favorite paint schemes all year, the Diet Pepsi Ford Mustang driver, Jonathan Castleberry. And man, just talk me through your race, because it was up and down, to say the least, from what we saw up here in the booth. Yeah, I remember there was one time I saw you get absolutely just stuffed up into the fence. And I thought it was pretty much curtains for you at that point. Tell me how you got yourself up there at the end, be in the picture.
Yeah, I started the race by missing the start, so I came out of the pits like 12 seconds behind the pack, and then we just ran green for 90 laps. So I was just kind of driving, taking care of the car, just cruising along. I was gonna be about 5 laps short on fuel at the end, and I was probably just gonna pull to the pits and park it when I ran out of fuel instead of coming back out for 5 laps. But that yellow flew. I put a little bit of fuel I needed in it and right side tires and jumped from like 15th to 10th. And then just kind of ripped the top, let everyone else get into some trouble. I brushed the wall once or twice, but it didn't really take any speed. I know the 27 got into it, the 88 a little bit, and then like the 84 it might have been, and I was able to get by those cars during those incidents. But yeah, I felt really good about the car and my speed. I just didn't get to use it until it mattered. I feel like a couple more laps and I might have chased down those front two. But yeah, I mean, my race was just Sunday drive, 90 laps, and then full throttle around the top last 10.
Oh, my next question here is, with the season over and imagining you'll be finding your way back in here next year when they open back up, because I have heard that you are going to a full season here next year. I feel like you learned anything important that's going to kind of follow you over into the next season.
Yeah, I do plan to be full season next season. I got a new job that frees me up every night of the week, so I won't have to be iffy for showing up here on Mondays. So I'll be full time, and I know I made the race for the belt with my win at Talladega. But yeah, with my work schedule, I missed the first race of the first round, and that kind of had it in for me. But I like the guys that drive around here. I've learned quite a few of their tendencies. I've raced around almost everybody. So yeah, I'm definitely going to learn from that and try and come back next season and dethrone Maxwell. Pretty sure he's clinched it at this point.
Yeah, we're pretty sure too. It sounds like it, and with the performance he put together tonight, definitely pretty positive with that one. But to round things out here tonight, who do you want to thank and shout out for a great season of racing?
Yeah, just want to thank my teammate at MC Motorsports, Michael Matta. He's always king of the calls when it comes to tires and fuel and how to save tire and run the track. And he's always letting me know, top's coming in and bottom's coming in, rubber's getting put down. He's always been a big help ever since we created this team. And then Carolus has been alongside us all season. Adam Lowe wasn't here tonight, but he's also raced with us this season. Those guys are they've got more knowledge of the data, and I just drive the car and run off their knowledge. So it's good to have those.
Jonathan, thanks for coming up here and talking with us this evening. And going to move up the race winner here tonight of Jacob Zala, driver of the 25 machine, for his interview. And sitting here with the race winner, man, Jacob, first off, tell me how that feels, because I know you came into this season with so many hopes and dreams, and it felt like you got crushed week in and week out. Tell me, how you feeling right now, buddy?
To be honest, the first thing I did after I won was got up, went to the refrigerator, and grabbed an ice cold Miller Lite.
Hey, there we go. Man, it tastes too. Long year, up and down. Talk me through the race. What was going through your head when you restarted on those? I'm assuming it was a 2-tire call that got you up there to the lead. What was going through your head when you took the green?
Yeah, as soon as the caution came out, I told Josh, the league admin, because we were in a call together, I said, I'm taking 2 tires no matter what. The call was always going to be 2 tires, late race. Shout out to Carolus, who kind of persuaded me into that. I just knew we were going to be using 2 tires a late run like that. So we were able to get to 5th. I was scared because there were still a lot of cars in front of me, but I was somehow able to cut through those guys and get past Jacob. And to be honest, if any of the viewers bet on a Jacob to finish 1st or 2nd the past 2 weeks, they'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, honestly, should have done that myself. But either way, with the big win tonight and the season coming to a close with it, how much do you feel like you learned for next season? Because I've noticed, you came in here, a couple good runs to start out, but here in the past couple weeks, you've really been putting together, really strong top 5, top 10 runs. I feel like you picked up anything here?
Yeah, it's just more learning the car as the season went on. Like I told the guys earlier, I've had so much fun in the next-gen car in this league, whereas I wouldn't have fun with the next-gen car otherwise. I'm not going to run the next-gen car until next season. I can guarantee you that. So it's just learning this car week in, week out, figuring everything out. And man, I honestly really didn't think we had a chance to win because this race went green flag to flag, and then we got that caution. And honestly, should we be here with the win? No, probably not. But hey, we're here. We did it. And I cannot believe I was able to get a win here in DV8.
Well, congratulations on the big win here. Who do you want to thank and shout out for the performance tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Chicago Heights Start Till and Die, Bird Dog Racing, J&M Group, Roberts Ball Screw, Josh, Ronnie for putting on the league. Let's see what else we got. My family, everyone watching. My dad was watching tonight. He came in, gave me a pat on the back, congratulatory pat on the back. I want to shout out Maxwell as well for winning the championship. He had a really good season. Wish we could have been in the championship, but hey, it didn't end out that way. Let's see. I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Darby, Joe, Sheldon, all you guys. Again, Sheldon found the league, so I have to thank Sheldon, I think, every time I get in here. So thank you for that. And yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, tonight is absolutely my fault, by the way, everybody at home and on track. But congratulations on the win, man. Joe, I'm going to hand it on over to you as we look at the updated standings. And yes, 100% Maxwell Caldwell, your championship here tonight with a 5-point sway over Trevor Dalton in second. And now we just need to find a way to get Maxwell Caldwell up in the booth. I think he's down there signing autographs and kissing babies. Oh, there he is, Joe.
Looks like here he is. Maxwell, congratulations. I think it's official. You are the championship winner for the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series.
That's awesome. Thank you.
10 starts, 8 races counted. You really had an incredible race tonight, too. Just a side-by-side battle between you and Chris Cornett for such a long portion of tonight's race. And 49 laps led. You almost took over half the race. Tell us about you going into this. Did you think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get pole position and just sit out there the whole time. Or was this kind of a happy accident?
No, I came into it saying this is one of my favorite tracks. I tend to be a tire saver, tend to hang back, and I'm like, nope, we're going to be full-blown aggressive. We've got points to play with. We're going to go out there. We're going to get the pole. We're going to lead a lap. We're going to lead the most laps, and we're going to win. But obviously the last didn't happen, and as excited as I am for the championship, I'm still kind of not too thrilled at how that shook out.
Yeah, let's talk. We're going to have to talk about the elephant in the room a little bit because that did look like it was a situation that from up here in the booth, we saw you bounce off the wall a little bit. Then you got a little bit of a tag. You think that if that had gone differently, you would have come away with the win here?
I'll be careful how I say this, but I think y'all understand because I'm not mad at the guy. I'm just mad at what happened. I think if we can race each other without driving into each other and playing bumper cars, we're fine. But I have no other room to go when I'm in the fence and we're still driving up and hitting my quarter panel. So I had a couple different drivers throughout the race dang near wreck me from just trying to be overly aggressive, full send on the bottom, knowing they're not going to make the corner and just sliding right up into you like you're not there. So I don't understand sometimes why we can't just race for it instead of wreck for it.
Well, you know, you managed to hold off the situation extremely well and bounce back with enough points over the rest of the battle for the belt guys to walk away with the belt, which is now officially yours. Tell us, do you feel like, how are you feeling after the end of this whole season? Are you just breathing out at this point?
I mean, me and my teammates are just talking about it. Like, I'm excited to win the belt. I really am. Like, I'd love to come in here just pumped because I am. But at the same time, I'm a competitor. So I'm like the tale of two stories here, right? Like, it's great that I won the championship, but I feel like I could have actually had a chance to do it in style in victory lane in the race as well and just put the stamp on it. I did everything but get the win. And just as a competitor, that's irking me right now. But also, I am relieved. I am excited. That belt's awesome. Ronnie's showing the sneak peeks of it in the Discord. Have been tempting for sure. And to be the inaugural winner of it, I mean, that stays forever, right? You're going to have different champions, different people, but to win it right there out of the gate and be the first one to do it, I think that's just something special in itself. So excited to have it, but man, I want 12 laps to go to come back and let me redo that one more time.
Yeah, well, all you got to do is make it to the end of the next championship, my friend, and maybe you'll have a repeat. But that'll be a situation for the next championship when it does come around.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're excited. This was kind of a pilot season. Ronnie I'm no admin, but Ronnie really leaned on me and some of my teammates for just some advice to get this season kick-started, to build a league from scratch. And I'm sure y'all know covering different leagues, to start one from scratch is extremely difficult. And to build that car count, to build that group is difficult. And to have a season where we were averaging, average, I'd say, of all the races, at least 17, if not 20 cars. And to have some races that had almost 30 in it, I think is pretty impressive for a 10-race initial season that just kind of got thrown together really fast. So super excited for that, and excited for the admins. I know they've put a ton of work into this league. They worked diligently, and they did so many things to try to put on a great league for everybody. And kudos to Ronnie, and kudos to Yarborough for putting on just an amazing league, and looking forward to what they're going to do in the future. And be curious to see how quick they try to start another season up. I think if I'm them, the holidays are coming up, I kind of just do some recruiting for a little bit and maybe start fresh at the new year. But again, it is exciting. It's a lot of good guys in here, and it's a lot of fun. Sorry to sound like a salty person after the finish of that one, but that's just the competitor, right? Like,
Yep.
When you're leading and dominating, you want it. But again, still excited about the belt. I'm going to try to find a place in the house to hold that thing. And I'm not a big fan of sending it back, so I guess I'm just going to have to earn it again next season.
That's right. Well, Maxwell, anyone you want to shout out to or thank for your overall win here in the championship? I think you mentioned a few people.
Oh, first and foremost, got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Man, what a blessing it is to be with this group and race with these guys each and every week. Even though you got races that may end like ours did, it's still a good time. So no hard feelings there. Just a blessing to have the equipment, to be able to have the space, to be able to have the time every Monday night to come and race with these guys. All glory to God for that. Got to thank my teammates. Austin Call came back tonight. He's started college and didn't have a rig for a while. Now he's got one again, so we'll hopefully see him more in the future. Andrew Paleshi, Justin Lewis, and Trevor Dalton. Thankful for those guys tonight. Todd couldn't be here with us, but he was watching, so hopefully he's excited. And speaking of Todd, got to thank Merkle Racing Engines for being on the hood. He sponsored me for a long time, over 3 years in multiple leagues, and we've won him a few championships in a different one, and I'm glad to add a DB8 championship for him. So excited to bring the belt not only home for me, but to send him pictures of that and show him we got it from Merkle Racing Engines there. So, and then finally, I got to thank the league again for just the tireless work they put in. And you guys in the booth, I say it every time I get to come up here and talk to y'all. We go back and watch. I don't think I've been a part of a league that has such a professional broadcast as you guys put on at Grid Vision. So y'all do an absolutely fantastic job. It's super exciting to go back and watch. Y'all have a great call each week, and be excited to go back and watch this one. I may have to skip 12 laps to go, though.
All right. Well, that was Maxwell Caldwell, folks, the championship winner of Season 1 here of the DV8 Racing League and the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. Maxwell, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you, guys. We're the champs. Woo!
Thank you for being the show tonight, man, because I'm not going to say the dominant, but the aggression that you showed today was just so cool to witness. Like, looked a little bit like Big E out there for a bit.
Yeah, we wanted that belt, man. We wanted that championship, but we wanted the race win, too. Like I said, this is like one of my favorite places to race. And you could do so many things aero-wise. I know in the pack it was horrendous, but up front you could really try to manipulate and control the lanes. And even on old tires, like, I felt like I was better than guys on tires. So it was fun until the competitive side and that happened. But yeah, no, it was a great show up front. I don't know about in the pack, but I know up front it was a 5-car breakaway, and it was hammer down with a few guys, and we had to survive for a while.
We couldn't even get to the pack. There was so much cool stuff happening up front. And it's just, it's gonna take me like a day or two to catch my breath on this one. How about you, Joe? I think Joe's still breathless. Joe.
Yes, and it was going to take me at least a couple of days. First, I got to remember to unmute my microphone, but then after that, I'll be ready to, I'll be ready for season 2, man. So that's what I'm looking forward to at this point. But we are going to wrap things up here from the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series for the last time in season 1. Folks, it's been an uphill, downhill, left-turning affair, and I've had such a blast. It's been such a privilege to call it, Sheldon, to call it with you, my friend, and with our ever stalwart producer down in the truck, making it all happen for us. Thanks to Google Earth also for the use of the Google Earth satellite cameras, and it's from the entire Grid Vision team. I want to thank you all for watching and for participating in the chat. For more info on getting your league broadcast or starting your career in broadcasting, contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Thanks again to Andrew Cardinale IV of Whiplash SimCams for providing the cameras used on today's broadcast. And a big congratulations to Jacob Zala for winning tonight's race. But an even bigger congratulations and a standing round of applause for champ Maxwell Caldwell on winning it all here on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series here at Michigan International Speedway. This has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and our producer Austin Darbyshire. And hey, we'll see you next time on the grid.